Well, some comedians have to dial it back a little bit when they're on television. Sometimes we have to remind them. We have to rein them in a little bit because they have to use appropriate language.
Yeah, some words just aren't allowed. No problem for Ryan Hamilton. His shows are clean. He doesn't need to be outrageous to make you laugh out loud.
Hey, we're excited he's here. Ryan Hamilton, good to see you, Ryan.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. I feel like I should be outrageous right now.
Don't.
Like that would be the move.
We are smitten with you because you aren't, because everything you say is so funny, and you didn't have to drop a 4-letter word to get us there.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. The only funny thing to say right now is a 4-letter word, by the way. That's the position you've put me in.
Ryan. There's one.
It was funny because I was watching a lot of clips, and I was telling our viewers yesterday when I was doing the show, and the first thing, a couple of the clips that you talk about, you're like, let's talk about this face, right? Your smile. You've got this legendary smile.
I didn't really know this, but people react. I look really happy, and I don't really feel like this all the time. I feel okay, and I wake up in the morning and there's a moment, and I look in the mirror and I go, well, that is just a little inaccurate, actually. But this is how I live. I just walk around and people go, look at that chipper guy, and I go, I'm all right, you know. I think, yeah. I think I could sell ice cream in the 50s. Like maybe that's the kind of.
You have that look.
Yeah, I think I really missed my calling.
We'll get you a cart.
Yeah, I could move some ice cream.
And an apron.
Yeah, I think
and a nice little paper hat.
Yeah,
but you talk about it. You talk about it. The more you talk about it, the more I look at you and I say, yeah, he does have a big smile.
We just stare. Like I'm just staring at you. It's terribly rude.
Well, as long as it sells tickets, you know.
That's all that matters. You've done Conan, you've done, like, name a late night comedy kind of show or platform, you've been there. So our viewers are going to be familiar with you from that stuff. But last year you were on Conan. At the time you talked about being single. Is that still the case, or has your status changed?
Nothing's changed. No, nothing's changed. I am single. I'm trying not to be, which sounds desperate. Like, you shouldn't say that out loud, but it's true. There's no woman in earshot of that statement going, yeah, that's the one. That's the guy.
Wouldn't you be floored if she came to the Funny Bone this weekend and she said,
I would be.
I saw you on television and you were my guy?
That would be. I would be floored. People meet on the internet now. I don't really meet people at shows, and everybody says you should meet somebody on the internet, but it's always kind of with this attitude like, I would never. But I think that's a good idea for you to meet somebody. How else are you going to meet somebody? Yeah.
But I find that hard to believe that you don't meet people at your shows, because after the shows, you do these meet and greets, you shake their hands, you take pictures with them. So you've never met a woman that maybe there were some sparks?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess I do meet some people occasionally, but I just feel like it's a different thing. Like, I'm standing on stage. I don't get up there and go, well, you know, do you feel met, the audience, you know, because I'm here, you're here, but this is it, you know, you're the only people I've talked to today, basically. I just do this, and then I go home and think of things to tell strangers tomorrow. So it's like this cycle that I'm stuck in. But yeah, I meet people technically, but then I leave.
But I heard, but you don't drink, right?
No, I don't drink. And that's also difficult to be social, because people don't really want you around when you don't drink. I mean, I think people don't realize that, but it's true, because I'm a good listener, and so I listen and I listen, and that's fine. But then what happens the next day is I end up like alone in a park waiting for a picnic. There is no picnic. It's just me.
They're big talk the night before, aren't they?
Yeah,
they've been drinking.
Yeah.
Make all these plans.
I'm waiting for someone with a 5-digit phone number to try and call. Just anything. And that's how, you know, and you don't really get that kind of detail in a joke unless you've lived it, too. I want you to know.
What was the name of the park?
Yeah, exactly.
Your first time in Omaha, performing at the Funny Bone.
Yeah.
It took an act of Congress to
get
you here.
For a few years.
I don't know why. I've been everywhere else but Omaha. But
we're not taking it personally, Ryan. Don't worry.
Please don't.
Right?
Please don't. It was a scheduling thing, and I don't like Omaha, and I can't remember what else. There's something else. No. I can't wait to be here. I've been looking forward to it.
From Utah, you live in New York City.
Yeah.
How did you get into comedy? We're looking now, 5 shows coming up, so please look at the information on the screen, call to get tickets. We have less than a minute.
Okay.
How did you know this industry was yours?
Well, I don't know. I'm still trying to find that out, I think. But yeah, I don't know. I just loved it. I always loved it, and I got into it, and it's been great.
When did you first get on stage? What got you on stage for that first time?
I was actually doing radio, and I was studying radio, and I decided I wanted to do comedy, and some buddies and I, we got together and we broadcast a stand-up show. None of us had ever done it. I have tapes, and no one will ever see them.
No, you gotta put them online.
No, I cannot. I have the tapes, and someone sent them to me years later, and I looked at them. I said, "Oh, this will be fun. I'll use this somewhere."
It wasn't fun.
No,
Because what? You felt it was bad? It
All's
wasn't
well
good
that
material?
ends well.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yes.
it's going really well for you
Oh,
now,
well,
Ryan.
thank you. I
Thank you. We're
appreciate
so
that.
glad you're in Omaha
Thank
finally.
you. Thank you. Me too.
Good to meet you.
Good to